We want to take you live now to Toronto Police Headquarters, where officers are providing an update on a homicide investigation. Let's listen in live.
From the Homicide and Missing Persons Unit, Max Langlois of Bolo, and Sean Sporton of Toronto Crime Stoppers. They will be providing an update on an award being offered in connection to a homicide investigation. Following the remarks, we will have some questions. Detective?
Good morning, and thank you for being here today. I want to thank the Bolo and Crime Stoppers for their attendance today. We have had some significant success with the Bolo program and with Crime Stoppers in 2022 and as well in the start of 2023. The director of the Bolo program, Max Langlois, and Crime Stoppers Chair, Sean Sporton, will speak more about the vital work their organizations do and how the public can help us. Before they speak, I want to provide a short overview in relation to the case that brings us here today. On Wednesday, June 15th, 2022, at approximately 10:15 p.m., Toronto Police responded for a shooting call in the Yonge and Sheppard area, just outside the Yonge Sheppard subway station. There, police located 28-year-old Kian Hosseini, who had been shot while outside on the sidewalk. Despite life-saving measures from both police and paramedics, he was pronounced deceased at the scene. Through the investigation, the Toronto Police Service Homicide and Missing Persons Unit has identified 30-year-old Kiarash Parzham as the person responsible for this murder, and he is going to be charged with first-degree murder. On June 24th, 2022, a Canada-wide warrant for Kiarash Parzham was issued. This is a renewed appeal in partnership with the Bolo program for anyone with information in regards to the location of Kiarash Parzham. He is described as 30 years old, 6 feet tall, approximately 180 pounds, with dark hair. He also has several tattoos on his upper left arm. Photos are available on the Crime Stoppers website and the Bolo website, and as well, they're here listed on the poster behind me is the tattoo on the upper left arm, as well as one on his right hand. And as you can see, there are photos behind me depicting a recent likeness of Kiarash Parzham. Kiarash Parzham is known to have contacts throughout the GTA, particularly in Richmond Hill and also in Vancouver, British Columbia. Anyone with information on his location should not approach him, as he is believed to be armed and dangerous. Please contact either your local police service or call Crime Stoppers if you know where he is. We are not looking for witnesses or people to testify. This case has already been prepared and is ready to go to trial. We are simply seeking people who know the location of Kiarash Parzham so that he can be apprehended and face justice. To anyone who may be assisting Kiarash Parzham in hiding from the police, know that you can and will be charged with an accessory after the fact to first-degree murder charge. This charge does carry the maximum penalty of life in prison. To Mr. Kiarash Parzham, I would encourage you to contact a lawyer and turn yourself into police. Thank you. Max Langlois from the Bolo program is now going to say a few words.
Thank you, Detective Sergeant. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I believe this is the 9th or 10th time I'm behind this podium, so I'm going to cut to the chase. As mentioned by Detective Sergeant Allington, Kiarash Parzham wanted on a Canada-wide warrant by the Toronto Police Service. He's charged with the gravest crime in our criminal code, taking the life of another human being. Furthermore, he's considered armed and dangerous. That is why Mr. Parzham is ranked number 4 in Bolo's top 25 of Canada's most wanted. That is why Bolo is here today to amplify this TPS Most Wanted notice. As of today, Bolo will deploy its usual outdoor and digital amplification campaign, including billboards and bus shelters, asking citizens to be on the lookout. Today, Bolo is also renewing with a practice we had to put aside during the pandemic: flyers. So TPS member and I will canvass specific neighborhoods of the GTA, including Richmond Hill, this afternoon, asking store managers to leave stacks of these leaflets on their counters. Mr. Parzam happens to have very tattoos, as mentioned by the detective sergeant, on his right-hand finger, right elbow, left upper arm, and right calf. 2 of these tattoos are featured on my right. Please look carefully. Mr. Parzam can't cover his face 24/7. He can't cover his right hand 24/7. Be on the lookout. In cooperation with Toronto Crime Stoppers, the BOLO program is pleased to offer a new reward of up to $50,000 for any information leading to the arrest of Mr. Parzam. I want to be clear here, as usual, the only condition for this reward to be paid is that your tip leads to the arrest of Mr. Parzam, period. No other conditions. All tipsters are eligible for the reward. Whoever you are, wherever you are, call 911, the police, or Crime Stoppers, you're eligible. If your tip is successful, you will be given the reward you deserve in a matter of days, just like we've done in the past. Note that this reward is only available until September 14th, 2023. So if you have something to say it now. To conclude, I urge citizens of the GTA to take the time to look right and left when they come across our ads featuring Mr. Parzam. Mr. Parzam has successfully evaded arrest so far, but he will make a mistake sooner or later. And someone will be there that very moment. Don't forget, Mr. Parzam needs to be right every day, every minute. But together with the power of the collective eye, we just need to be right 1 second to make our communities safer. Thank you. I will now let the podium to Sean Sporton from Crime Stoppers.
Thank you, Max. Good morning, and thank you for attending today's announcement. As mentioned, my name is Sean Sporton. I'm the chair of Toronto Crime Stoppers. Community safety is a shared responsibility in which we all play a role. To that end, Toronto Crime Stoppers is pleased to partner with the BOLO program on an amplification campaign to encourage member community to contact Crime Stoppers anonymously with information on the whereabouts of one of Canada's most wanted. Koresh Parzam is wanted for first-degree murder. If you know the whereabouts of this individual and you wish to remain completely anonymous, you can call 1-800-222-8477, or you can submit a tip online at 222tips.com and remain confident that your identity will be fully protected. The information you provide Crime Stoppers will be immediately forwarded to the investigators assigned to this case. And by calling Crime Stoppers, if your information leads to the arrest of Parzam, you'll be eligible for a cash reward of up to $50,000, which can be claimed anonymously through our secured process. Crime Stoppers will always guarantee your anonymity, and you will never be required to testify in court. So we urge you, if you know the whereabouts of Parzam or you have any information that can assist investigators in locating him, come forward, speak up, break the code of silence, and by doing so, you'll be making a difference in the safety of your community. Our collective message today for Mr. Parzam: thanks to this partnership, your world just got a little bit smaller. Do the right thing, contact a lawyer, and turn yourself in. I will conclude by once again reminding the community that community safety is a shared responsibility. We must all work together with a collaborative goal to make a difference in the prevention of crime while enhancing the overall safety of the community. Toronto Crime Stoppers is committed in our efforts to mobilize the community to see it, say it, stop it for a safer Toronto. Doing the right thing truly is its own reward. Thank you.
Okay, and we'll take questions if you would just want to direct your questions to who you'd like to speak with.
Yeah, I'll just ask a general question. Anyone can answer. This is EBC 24. Just wondering, between the event in June and now, have you guys had any kind of leads, updates on the whereabouts? Do we know that he's still in Canada?
So we have had some tips that have already come in through Crime Stoppers. given that we're here today, they have not been successful to this point. We are hoping that we will get further tips that will assist us in locating him.
When was the most recent one? I mean, he passed away by now at this point.
We haven't had a tip for quite some time, but my belief is that he is still out there and that he is hiding.
Is there a specific reason why you're renewing efforts right now? It's been about 7-8 months since the event happened.
Part of that has to do with the availability of the BOLO program. I can let Max perhaps could speak better on that.
Thank you, Jeff. So on October 18, 2022, we announced an updated top 25 of Canada's most wanted, with Mr. Parzam being ranked number 4. And what happened between October 18th and today is a matter of coordination and timing, and also genuinely, even if we didn't announce a reward for Mr. Parzam on October 18th, it brought some visibility to the case. So we always let some time pass before top 25 announcement and what we call a case activation, like today.
Another question about the BOLO program. Just curious, what is your success rate when you put up money for?
So I'm assuming you're talking in terms of arrests.
Yes.
So my success rate internally is measured differently. We don't have much control over who gets arrested. We amplify, we only work with public information. But I understand the interest in the number of arrests, so I can tell you in the lifetime of the BOLO program so far, so 5 years, we've featured about 50 cases, 50, and we're at 18 arrests so far.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. I just wanted to confirm, you're saying he's armed, dangerous. Do you suspect that the murder was targeted or not targeted? Is he a threat to the public?
So I certainly do believe that the murder was targeted. I won't go into any information as to why, but in my view, anyone that's armed themselves with a firearm chooses to shoot somebody on an open street. It was 10 o'clock at night. That's not very late, particularly at Yonge and Sheppard. There's lots of restaurants and entertainment in the area. To me, anyone that is willing to do that is a threat to public safety. We're very fortunate that no one else was struck by gunfire when this occurred.
Anyone else?
Can you maybe just reiterate, if somebody's watching this and they know where this guy is or are in, his presence, how important is it for you to basically call and be upfront?
It's very important for anyone who does know the current whereabouts of Kiarash Parzam to contact police or contact Crime Stoppers. As was said by both Max and Sean, Crime Stoppers will guarantee your anonymity. You will still be able to collect the $50,000 reward. In my experience, people that are in hiding or on the run do not stay in one place for a long period of time. So if you do know where he is right now, now would be the time to call us when the information is still fresh.
One more? Okay, good. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, we've been listening to Toronto Police at their headquarters, giving an update on a homicide investigation. The reward is now $50,000 for anyone who can give a tip that will lead to the arrest of Kiarash Parzam, the man you see in your photo right now. He is number 4 on Canada's most wanted list. A Canada-wide search warrant was issued on June 24th. This was 9 days after a young man was shot and killed near Yonge and Sheppard on June 15th. If you have any tips, you can contact police or Crime Stoppers anonymously. Once again, this reward money will expire on September 14th, and your tip must lead to the arrest of Kiarash Parzam.